With the list commands out of the way, let's review the create and delete options available within Diskpart. If we type create here with no options, you'll see that you have the option to create a partition, disk or vdisk. To create a partition, we'll first select a disk by typing select disk. For our example, we'll use the first disk, so it will be select disk 0. Once we've selected a disk, we'll then type create partition. As you can see here, there are various different options for partitions. With the exception of primary and extended, we don't normally need to worry about the other options, as is the case with EFI and MSR partitions that are only needed on boot disks. To create a primary partition, you would enter create partition primary, and for an extended partition, this being any partition other than the first primary partition, you would type create partition extended. If you want to use the rest of the disk space on the drive for the new partition, this command can be entered as is. If you want the partition to be a specific size, you can use the size equals parameter to enter a value in megabytes. For example, to create an 100 megabyte primary partition, you would enter create partition primary size equals 100. To format the newly created partition and specify the file system, in our example ntfs, type the following command: format/fs equals ntfs. To assign a drive letter, in our example drive x, type in the following command: assign letter equals x. Should you wish to shrink the size of a partition, we'd use the shrink command. Let's use help shrink here to see the syntax for this command. As you can see here, we've got the desired and minimum options. The desired option allows you to specify how much space you want to take off the drive on a best effort basis, whilst the minimum option either removes the amount of space specified or doesn't run the command at all. Finally, to delete our example partition, use list partition to get the partition number, in this case 3, then select partition 3 to select the partition, and then delete partition to delete it. If we use list partition again, we can see that the partition no longer exists. Now that we've learned about the diskpart command, let's move on to the Gpupdate command.